What's going on, guys? In today's video, I'm going to go over the Hatsan Sortie Tactical Edition. Now, this is a pretty niche air gun. It's honestly a type of niche that I've been trying to fill for quite a while, where it was a very compact, almost pistol-size, refillable air gun. I've got a bunch of CO2s, but to be honest, CO2s to me, they're not really my favorite. I find that they often break down over time. The seals wear out, stuff like that. They just tend to wear out faster than the PCPs. So I've been looking for a tight, little, compact PCP for a reasonable dollar. And I found this guy. Right out of the package, it's already running better than my Hatsan Blitz, which is behind me. To be fair, that was a pre-owned, but I was able to fill it up without any trouble or having to open it at all. So, good work there. It cycles much better. Didn't need to tweak the power tuning. It was ready to go right out of the box. Another thing I do like about this air gun is, oh boy. That's a shame. I'll have to show you guys the magazine later. I thought I had it with me. But the magazines are aluminum. They're not like the, here I got a Hatsan Blitz one, where it's got like a hard plastic. And I like to think it's got a higher quality feel. Makes it feel more professional. Even though, deep down none of us are professionals in this industry. We're kids that never grew up. Out of the box, it comes with iron sights or open sights, which they work fine, pretty generic, easy to operate. It can hold, I've been able to get it to hold 1 to 1.5 inch groupings. I'll have to do another accuracy test. It actually took me some time to practice getting used to holding a compressed weapon like this. Like, this is a little new to me, so I needed to practice. So my first video I think I sent up, it was like a 2 to 3 inch grouping. That was literally like the first shots I've ever fired at a target. So aside from the cycle test, that was literally the first shots I've ever came out of this gun in my hands. The magazines, they come in 12 shots, and this is a 3000 PSI air tank. I forgot the CCs off the top of my head. But for 22 cal, which this gun is, you only get 2 to possibly 3 magazines per fill before you gotta refill the gun. So that's the one downfall. But I guess that probably is related to the length of the barrel. They're still flying at, I think, 700 feet per second. So with such a short barrel length of this, it's going to need more air to be able to get it to that speed. So I can't complain to Hatsan about that. That was probably inevitable, unless they did a huge air tank like the Blitz, but then this wouldn't be a compact air gun. It comes with a detachable folding stock, which I know controversial for firearms. I think there are instances where they are illegal. I'm not that well versed on firearm laws because, well, I'm an air gunner. I don't really have to worry about most laws. I just have to check to see if air guns class as firearms, which they don't yet. So, because this is an air gun, obviously this is totally legal. Fold up. I forgot the exact lengths. I think it's 19 inch without the stock and maybe 25 with the stock, or 26. I might be totally off, but I think it's something like that. Another thing I love about this gun is just touching it. The safety is finally outside, away from the trigger. So if you don't have a lot of air guns, you may not know this, but most of the ones I've operated, the safety is right around here, right by the trigger, which really is kind of a no-no, because you're not supposed to put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to fire and disengage. You're not supposed to disengage the safety. You're not supposed to put your finger on the trigger before you're ready to fire. but you're not ready to fire until you disengage the safety. So you're putting your finger right next to the trigger to disengage the safety. I mean, I get the concept. It's a little more convenient. Maybe it's slightly more convenient because I'm going to point the gun down, at least in a safe direction when doing this. You could just flick out, that would be ready to fire, but it doesn't teach good gun discipline, firearm safety. I would much rather have the safety in the traditional spot, like right here, where it's out of the way of the trigger and it's still comfortable to handle. I've actually been, a few people have called me out on several of my air guns because I would always occasionally, this is probably not the best thing to do for me, but I would check to make sure the safety's engaged and people are thinking I'm rubbing the trigger in an unsafe manner, but I'm not. I'm checking the safety. Anyway, this gun you don't have that problem. It's mostly metal. It has composite for the handle. So this down here. This whole top section though is all metal. And it is a semi-auto. So, I mean, the only thing Hatsan probably could have done to make this a better weapon is to maybe give it a full auto capability, but that's like that. I'm not gonna minuscule or critique such a well balanced gun. One final thing to decock the weapon, because I actually left it cocked up, which was a big no-no on my part. I'll call myself out. You just hold it back, hold the bolt back. Oh, safety off. Hold back the bolt, make sure the gun's pointed in a safe direction, squeeze the trigger, and then slowly release the bolt forward, and now the gun's safe. It's uncocked. That goes for most air guns that I know, so just keep that in mind. All in all, this is like at least a 4, if not a 5 out of 5 for me. I don't really have much to complain about. The only thing other than the full auto is Hatsan still do have their own fill probe, which is different from the traditional Foster quick disconnects that we're used to. This is a custom fill probe I got from Donnie FL for my Blitz, which happens to fit it, so I don't have to worry about that. But if you are getting this, you will need to worry about that, probably, unless you happen to have the compressor connection. I forget what it was, to be honest. It might be an NPT fitting or something. I'm not sure. But all in all, I love this. I mean, it filled a gap in my collection that I just haven't had after all these years. I finally got something compact. I think the sell point for this was they designed it more for CQB practice and stuff like that, close quarters battle. But I don't know if I would use it for that. I'd use it more as like a backyard fun kind of gun. It does come in a very nice case. One final little note. Oops. Don't fall on me, mister. Okay. It does come in a really nice Hatsan labeled case, so that's another like bonus that I don't normally get with air guns. And yeah, I don't have any real negative points other than obviously the fill probe, and it's not full auto, which those aren't really huge. It's semi-auto, which many air guns don't even have, so I can't complain. Hats off to Hatsan. You guys really outdid yourselves with this one. I love it, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks, and bye-bye.